You ever wonder why some ads or messages just click? They get stuck in your head, while others are just gone. Well, it's not some kind of magic trick. There's actually a real architecture, a blueprint behind messages that get people to take action. And today, we're going to pull back the curtain on it. So, how do you do that? How do you turn a message into actual action? I mean, that's the big question, right? It's about bridging that gap between someone just hearing you and then actually doing something. That's the difference between being just noise and having real influence. And that's exactly the code we're going to crack today. All right, so before we jump into the how-to, we've got to be super clear on the what. I mean, what's the whole point? Turns out every single persuasive message out there, doesn't matter what it is, has one ultimate goal. And that goal is simple: motivate action. Yep, that could be anything, right? Clicking a link, signing up for a newsletter, buying a product, any kind of forward movement. Because think about it, if your message doesn't lead to some kind of action, it's really just information. It's just noise.
But here's the thing, and this is super important. You can't just force someone to act. The real secret sauce, it's connecting what you're saying to a need they already have. It's a total shift in thinking. You stop trying to be the loudest voice in the room, and instead you become the most understanding one. The one that says, hey, I get it, I see your problem, and I've got the solution.
Okay, so how do we actually build a message like that? One that works every time? Well, lucky for us, there's a proven framework for this. It's like a blueprint for persuasion that takes your audience on a specific journey. It's called the AIDEA model. Right, AIDA. It stands for attention, interest, desire, and action. The best way to think about it is like a set of dominoes. Seriously, you can't get to action without knocking over the desire domino first. And you can't get to desire without first getting their interest. And none of it, absolutely none of it, happens if you don't get their attention in the first place. That sequence, it's everything. Okay, let's break this down. We're going to walk through each of these 4 steps and see how they work together to move someone from just passively listening to actively doing something. First up, attention. Look, we live in a crazy, distracting world, right? So your number one job is to just earn the right to be heard. You got to cut through all that noise with a powerful hook. Maybe it's a bold statement, a surprising question, or a quick story. Anything that makes people stop scrolling and actually lean in. Okay, so you've got their attention, now what? You pivot to interest. This is where you make it personal. You build a bridge from your message straight to them. You stop talking at them and you start talking about them and their challenges, showing them, hey, this is relevant to your life. And this next step, desire, this is where the real magic happens. This is the emotional heart of it all. You're moving past just listing facts and you start painting a picture for them, a picture of a better future. The goal is to make them not just understand why your solution is good, but to genuinely want it. You're trying to create that, I gotta have this feeling inside. And finally, we get to action. You've done all the hard work. You got their attention. You made it interesting. You sparked that desire. Now, you gotta close the loop. You have to tell them exactly what to do next. Click here, sign up now, call today. It has to be crystal clear, simple, and super direct. The last thing you want is for them to have to think about what to do. But wait a second. How do we actually create that feeling of desire? Well, it's all powered by one really crucial distinction that, honestly, a lot of people miss. It's the difference between features and benefits. And trust me, getting this right, that's what's going to set your message on fire. Okay, let's look at a perfect example. A feature is just a fact about the product. Like, this blender has a 1200-watt motor. Okay, so what? Who cares, right? But a benefit, that's the result for the person using it. This blender crushes ice in seconds so you can enjoy delicious smoothies anytime you want. See the difference? One is about the machine, the other is about your life. And that right there is the key. Benefits make it personal. They answer that little question that's always in the back of everyone's mind. Yeah, but what's in it for me? Features just describe what something is. Benefits are what actually persuade people. So let's wrap this up. What's the big takeaway here? It's that a structure like AIDA isn't some restrictive formula. It's actually empowering. Using a framework like this is what takes a message from just being okay to being truly powerfully persuasive. And the reason it works so well is that it's basically built around human psychology. It takes your audience on this natural journey from curiosity to feeling a connection and then to that emotional yes. It makes sure your message is logical, focused on them, and most importantly, it taps into the exact sequence our brains use to make a decision to act. So there you have it, the blueprint. A simple but incredibly powerful 4-step guide for building messages that actually connect with people and inspire them to act. The only question left is, what are you going to build with it?